This has been a difficult video to make, but I feel like it's time I make this video. So, to my team, I know I have known you guys for like, some of you guys a month or so, and some of you guys a few weeks or something like that. But I feel like I should talk about this so then you guys can know about me and my past. To most of you viewers, I had known you guys longer than I had known my team. So I feel like you guys should know about me and my past now. I had tried to record this many times before, but since I didn't have everything written down, I didn't know what to say. So although I had this written down beforehand, this is a true story. So so if you guys are easily triggered with emotional abuse or the G word, use your imagination as you will. I would suggest you click off of this video now. Now, with that out of the way, this is my story and how I somehow survived it. I'm not sure how I am here, honestly. But I'm glad I'm still here today because I had met some wonderful people. You guys know who you are if you guys are watching this. So anyway, so I can't remember much, but I will try my best to tell it the best way possible. So if you guys don't know, the day I was born, August 13th, 2002. I'm now like 20. But anyway, I'm getting off track. My younger brother was born 2 years later. I didn't know at the time, but my father was a terrible person. He tried to undermine my mother, such as, giving me candy when I asked. But yeah, I was a toddler then, and I was happy that I was eating candy and stuff. My mom had met someone else and divorced my father, and soon started to date my stepmother. But little did she know that she would come to regret that. Me and my brother had grown up with her, and at first, she started with my younger brother, such as he was in the bathroom for a while before coming out and talking to me for a while to see what I was doing before my stepmother came in and had seen what my brother was doing. And somehow she thought that he was playing with me. For the record, he wasn't, and had sent him to his room, locked the door, and then let him back out even when we had to use the bathroom again. I didn't know any better. That was completely wrong. And soon she moved on to me. I guess it was because she realized I was diagnosed with some mental health issues, which, some I still have, and it's, harder for me to, get over it because I had the experience with my now ex-stepmother. So, yeah, I couldn't be easily controlled other than my brother, because my brother's stubborn, like my mother. I mean, in a good way, but now, I will give you guys some examples of what she did to me when it wasn't even my fault. Now, if you don't know me by now, I have a bad memory now a long while, and kind of see why I haven't exactly made a posting schedule yet, because I might forget and be late for it. My stepmother knew that, but when I had forgotten to fill up her dog's bowl with water, mind you, she had grounded me on the spot, and apparently I wasn't allowed to get any chore money while I was grounded. Stupid. And she ruined this toy that I had gotten from my dad. Okay, so this story and stuff was around things that you would get into and just when you called in, and it kind of just rolled with you or ding or something like that. And it had balls in it, right? But she had cut it open and took the balls out to give to her own dog, which caused it to inflate. And now my favorite toy was ruined, so yeah. And yeah, there's this moment this like stupid moment where her friend had asked if I had a quote-unquote boyfriend time, and when I said no, she thought that I yelled at her and grounded me then too. Wow. Yeah. There are other moments too, but if I talked about those, then it would be a long video. And also, I can't remember some of them, so bear with me. Okay, so I guess just fast forward to the summertime, and we went to my home state to visit family. By the way, we were living in my home state for a while, but had moved because of my stepmother. Yeah, now let that sink in. And me and my younger brother were at our dad's house. Now, I didn't know that at the time, but I think he might have been trying to, G-word that's bad and terrible and stuff, and people hate the G-word, and so yeah. Well, I mean, nothing, he didn't do anything SA'd me or anything. He did actions and stuff that, which looking back on it, then yeah, I think that I was, and I think he secretly hated my younger brother, but I didn't think much of it at the time because I was, young and stuff. But yeah, some examples of the G word happens to be sleeping in the same bed as him or something like that, or when we were coming back from someplace, when we driving back and stuff. He did something that I'm not going to even say. He didn't, it was, I don't know how to say it, but I think I had, told my mom about it, and we stopped seeing him after that, so I guess that's something. Now, fast forward when I was in my third year of high school. Okay, so my mom and my stepmother had an on and off relationship, and eventually they got married, which, I don't understand why, but my mother she eventually realized that she was wrong, and he was apologetic about it and everything. And my birth mother, she is a good mom. He had just made some terrible decisions, such as marrying my now ex-stepmother, because she's no longer around. So, but yeah, anyway, there was this show and tell thing where you'd have to bring in your quill that you made in for it to get showed in this big open empty room with tables and such that they had in the middle of the school, basically where all the teens go to hang out during lunch after eating, because apparently you weren't allowed to bring any food into the room. I think some teens just snuck in food anyway. I think it was small stuff like granola bars or something like that. But anyway, yeah, and the room is where they also had prom at. But yeah, anyway, I had forgotten the quill at home, and I was crying because you were supposed to bring in the quill that day, and if you didn't, then it wouldn't get showed. So, and yeah, I was crying about that because I had forgotten about the quill. And yeah, eventually I had called my mom and asked her to bring it in, and yeah, she did. And to talk to my stepmother to not yell at me, because obviously she would, because it quote unquote wasn't an emergency. I think that was stupid, but anyway. And well, when I got home, she straight up ignored me. Yeah, she would rather just ignore me if she wasn't allowed to yell at me. So I went to my mother and asked her what was up with her. And apparently she was mad at me because I called during school and it wasn't an emergency. Yeah, I know. Crazy. So afterwards, I decided to stay with my mother in her room because I didn't feel safe going out of the room. But a few hours later, my stepmother had came into the room because my mother had ignored all of her texts. Kind of get me grounded or whatever. And yeah, she was trying to talk to my mom still tried to get me grounded, but my mom just simply ignored her. And since she didn't respond, my stepmother had walked up to her, grabbed her phone, and simply threw it across the hallway. So my mom had tried to get up to get her phone, but my stepmother had blocked her from getting it. And since I was scared and didn't know what to do, I tried to go to my brother's room. Yeah, but she also tried to block me from getting to my brother's room. But yeah, eventually my brother hears what's going on and he comes out and tries to stop the situation from getting out of control. Obviously, by telling this story, it did get out of control anyway. Yeah, she got mad at him and tried to hurt him, but before that could happen, my mother had stepped in front of my brother to block her from getting to him. Eventually my stepmother had pushed my mother on the floor, and just then my mom had enough. So me, my brother, and my mother had packed up our essentials and went to stay with my two older siblings. Now, at this time, my two older siblings lived in the next state over, so it was a while of a drive to get there. And eventually we went back, and the Karen I had mentioned in the story, which was, my ex-stepmother, had moved out and they got divorced. Now, Karen has gotten her good because she can't walk or anything. I had people leave me over the years, but there was people that I had met recently that had promised they wouldn't leave. And I want to thank those people because you guys are like family to me. Honestly, you guys are like family to me. Because although I had written everything down that I want to say, because I would have forgotten about it, like the people that I met recently, it's like family to me, and I wouldn't want to have it any other way. I care about those people so much, and if I had lost them, I would legitimately cry and be depressed again. So anyway, thanks for hearing my story, and I will see you guys in the next one.